Hey everybody. I have had a really strange day today and it's not even 9 a.m. I woke up at 5:28 with a song playing in my head. But before I woke up, I saw a bunch of strange dreams and I woke up feeling like there was someone standing next to the bed. And it kind of startled me at first, but when I, you know, basically started feeling my way around the room energetically to see if anything was there, this song popped into my head from the Rolling Stones. It's called Anybody Seen My Baby? So I want you to go look that song up because something very specific is going on today. I woke up at 5:28, so that number may be very significant to somebody. And in that song, Anybody Seen My Baby, it talks about 3 p.m. So I'm not certain what it all means. I doubt it has anything to do with me. It doesn't feel like it has to do anything with me. It's more of a. It was almost like a tap on my shoulder with a message through a song to share with you. So I hope it helps, and I want to get some more info for you. But I'm going to use some different decks because it's very interesting today. And this is a deck I printed a while ago. So you're probably not gonna, I'm certain you're not going to know any of these images unless you've been watching the channel for a while. So someone is definitely trying to get your attention. Something is being illuminated in the dark for you, but it's being illuminated in a way where you're not seeing what's actually behind the light. It's kind of shielded. You're under the umbrella of this protection and shielding of divinity, but you don't need to be protected. You don't need to be sheltered, and you don't need to be afraid. This person that you're dealing with, this Anybody Seen My Baby person, your baby, your counterpart, your whomever this is for you, is a person of full spectrum color. They're basically a total person. They're not, black and white. They're not just happy and go lucky. They're everything. They, not to sound cheesy, but they kind of complete themselves in such a way that their cup overflows to help you feel more of yourself around them. Look, there's 3 little ravens or crows helping a squirrel. So you have fertile possibilities with this person. A lot of teamwork, a lot of support, both of you helping each other do things that the other one can't really do on their own. There's a lot of forgiveness that's happened. There's a lot of comfort, definitely a lot of passion. This person helps you heal, but they help you heal by distracting you from the fact that you think you need healing. It's very strange. It's like the green light is off in the corner doing its thing. The main colors showing up are the purple and red, forgiveness and passion for life, and then this comforting green and, beige and sunlight kind of soothing neutral colors. In between this green and that green, it's this. Give me a minute. There's something here that it's like whack-a-mole. I'm trying to find like pick the energetic imprint off of this, but it's like jumping around like a squirrel jumping through the forest. It's just bounce, bounce, bounce. This person's like you've been trying to catch a fish and they keep bouncing out of your hand. Oh, that's why you're wondering if anybody's seen your baby. Okay. I would like some more clarity on this, please. This is obviously about a partnership, so what advice and guidance does the viewer need? And what would they benefit from, actually? Ooh, someone's talking shit about you. This card's description is gossip, malice, cruel intent, just bad behavior, really. So there's something or someone in your life that has been pretending to be your friend, but they're not really your friend. And I don't want to say they've instigated because the bodacious bodak isn't in here. This is more of blatant interference with your day-to-day. Okay, this is the analogy I'm being shown. If you're driving a spaceship and you're flying through space and you're going from star system to star system, there is someone on your ship who has been sabotaging your tank, your food supply, your communication with your crew. Someone who's been lying, going to one person saying you did this, going to the next person saying that the other one did this, and then going to the third little raven saying that the first two ravens did these things to get to the third raven. Basically somebody who isn't pretending to be just in the shadows. They're flat out like bullshitting you. Whoa. Mikkel Amukkel is usually, in most cases, childlike play and stuff, a very youthful, happy energy to where it's just, if the maiden is the, since the maiden card is basically the baby, the child of light, this is the mischievous toddler who runs around knocking everything off the table and then laughs and runs to the bedroom. Like the little brat, basically. But Mikkel with the Soul Shrinker is somebody who's doing really negative things in your life and then laughing at it and running off into the distance thinking they're doing something great. It's almost as if they're, the bird comes and poops on your car and then flies off cackling and laughing at you while it knows it did something. Well, that's a good card to come out with this. Nellis the Alchemist. It basically means all of their ill intent, sabotage, gossip, instigation, cruelty, malicious intent, actual desire to harm you energetically, mentally, psychically, emotionally, due to immaturity and lack of emotional intelligence and basic life experience. You know how there's do unto others as you want unto yourself, the golden rule. Also the golden rule. They don't know that rule because nobody's done it to them. Or somebody's done it to them so much they stop caring about how they're behaving and they just, they're like, whatever. And one thing about this card I always notice is, do you see how if its eyes were fully open, it would look like a gray alien? Just saying, really, because it's kind of weird that a massive, toothless, kind of gray creature with black eyes, no nose, no physical feature expressions, completely fading into the faded background, like this residual nasty energy that is manipulating the inner child within you to be less than what you are. But in doing so, it's teaching you how to be better. It's not really turning the lead into gold. It's more like it's showing you the chemical composition of what you're dealing with so that you can move forward knowing what you're doing. Because maybe this person in your life is actually supposed to be this way, in your life so that you can gain the emotional intelligence. One more card from the fairies, please, and then we're going to go to the other decks. What did I just say? Master Maker, this person is in your life to show you how to maneuver through negative energy. Bottom of the deck is Unity, and the card underneath that is pretty much the white light, the white hot room card. And you go to that place to design your life, basically. You go to God, Source, the stillness, the silence, to figure out which path you want to go. And you wouldn't know which path to go had this person not been in your life to completely... It's such a messed up energy with this. It's like a... There's an animal that comes to mind. One that just won't stop until you snap. So, like, something that keeps pestering you and poking you and poking you, or like you're poking an animal over and over and over, and if you don't stop poking it until it turns on and bites you, and then you're like, that animal bit me, get it. But that animal would have never bit you had you not poked. But in poking and doing all that, thing, it's actually helped you master yourself and better your own emotional capacity. It's helped you filter out the spectrum of yourself that you don't want to contain. It's kind of magical, actually. So, what does this have to do with that song? And the 528? 5 plus 2 would be 7. 7 plus 8 is 14, 15, 5, 6. The Magician. There's so many wands here. Wand, kind of a wand. I mean, he's so tiny. It could be a toothpick that the Master Maker has. Sorry, it's like 8 in the morning, I think, 7 in the morning. I don't know. I haven't been awake this early in like forever. Me and the sun, we're on a... The sun and I are on a... We know each other, we like each other, but we kind of just, we do what we do. Jeez, I need to go on vacation to somewhere really sunny, because living in the Midwest with all this cloud cover is that's a lot of cards. Okay, Magician, Alchemist, and Master Maker. You're obviously being guided through a stage in your life where you're being asked to better yourself. Whether you've been gossiping, whether you've been gossiped about, the best way to handle it is to handle it with not dignity, not grace, not any of those, aeonic terms, but instead handle it with humor. Because look at this. This thing is all like, if it had a voice, it would sound... Really? You want me to say these things? Like, you want me to describe it like this? Because I don't really want to. Is there a better, more refined way to describe it? Guys, give me a minute. I'm attempting to find the exact string that connects this with this and the advice to you. Because there's something here that is like whack-a-mole. And all of them, like these two are pointing towards the childlike behavior. This one's pointing towards the full spectrum color and the light. And this one's all in the middle of everything, trying to, cause trouble. Oh, the best way to handle these types of people in your life is to simply smile and laugh at it and increase your capacity of comprehension, your own sense of self-worth and power, and to use what you have to create a better outcome for yourself, regardless of this person or not. I mean, if you're going to look at this in a way of a starship with people on your crew, this could be your angry chef. Like, he's just irritated all the time. This could be the starship janitor who just is tired of cleaning up everybody's shit, you know? And the best way to handle that is to bring humor into the situation. And by bringing humor into the situation, you master yourself in a way where you close this chapter of bickering and seeing who can hurt the other person more, and you actually start working together to manifest a better outcome. And this, you can look at it as Merlin, you can look at it as any magician in any story to give yourself a better comprehension of what this card actually means to you. Because he has the sword, which is truth, communication, justice, fairness. The cup, which is reminiscent of the Holy Grail, and the cup of love, your own emotional capacity. The pentacle, whatever. The star in the circle, which is a symbol of Uriel? I think it's Uriel, because Gabriel's the horn. Anyway, it's also the 4 archangels. Okay? The triangle with the circle and the square, which is geometry, stability, foundations, and the infinity of life itself, the infinite potential being the circle. You have the wise man or the green man outfit right there, which is connected to the root, which means this magician isn't afraid because they know that they're guarded and guided by the earth itself. The tooth from a lion or a tiger or some kind of a cat animal, meaning the ferocity of what they do. The infinite loop belt buckle over there right at the solar or sacral chakra, which is a place of power and sexual power and creativity and self-worth. And then the raven feathers, mysterious, magician kind of a person who does what they want to do and then they can shapeshift and fly off. Could even be Gandalf, really. Merlin or Gandalf, or what other magicians have there been in history? In mythology? I mean, there've been so many. And there is that little, rooster, again, from the other reading. So this person in your life that keeps irritating the living daylights out of you, because the daylight is fading here, you are being advised to handle it with grace, because to handle it with humor. Because if you don't handle it with humor, and that card wasn't in reverse, it came out in reverse, but it was because I had the deck in reverse. I apologize for that. My bad. Oh, now that makes sense. In learning to deal with this person's behavior and energy that they bring to the table, you are being taught how to handle light, which is energy, so that you can master your craft as an energy worker and healer. But in order to do so, you needed to learn how to have boundaries against this kind of douchebaggery. So this douchebaggery had to exist so you could handle it with that. So if you want to give them a narrative, this one's all like, oh, boo, profanity, curse words, bad things. And she's all like, yeah, that's cool. Because your inner child is more important than that. Your inner light, your inner being, your balance within yourself and the beat of your own drum is more important than what this archonic thing has to say. Or do, really. Because the soul shrinker doesn't just say things, it does things. So if there's a soul shrinker in your life, rest assured it hasn't just gossiped and spoken maliciously about you. It's actually done those things about you and you haven't been aware of it. visibly. Your relationships may have been suffering because of this person who has been doing and saying bad things, which is probably why that song was in my mind about "Were anybody seen my baby?" So the fight you and your significant other had, or whatever, the trouble between you two, that caused the light to go into a specific spectrum of forgiveness, passion, and healing, which means there was a fight. This fight has taught you that fighting isn't worth it. You can take that forgiveness, and you see how this magician's pointing over here. You take the forgiveness, passion, and healing, and you give yourself healthy boundaries to where this maliciousness and cruelty of the people in your life or person in your life becomes lessons to turn your energy into. Oh, the bunny. There's so many bunnies around lately. There are so many bunnies. This is honestly the 8th or 9th bunny I've seen in my real life in 2 days now. Not even like in outside too, when walking to the store, but also online and through multiple different readings. Very fascinating. Okay, so any other advice for people watching regarding this thing going on that has caused so okay, could we give me a minute, because that's a whole book you want me to decipher right now. So do we want these? Yes, we do. Okay, you guys go up there, you go over there, so I can see what there is in case there's a synchronicity between them, which there will be. So we got 10 of Cups, Knight of Wands, 6 of Wands, Knight of Cups, Strength, and the Ace of Swords. Oh, you can't see the Ace of Swords because my workstation is the size of a hobbit's dining table. Okay, so let's see. I asked, what is it that, whatever, you can rewind. I don't need to mentally rewind. I need to mentally move forward. 10 of Cups, Knight of Wands, 6 of Wands. The issue that this person caused in your life has been working in your favor because of the alchemical process and the Master Maker's talent within you and the energies around you that helped you manifest the best outcome in regards to yourself and your partner because of the self-respect and love you have for yourself and your inner child. So that's that. Now, in having done that, claimed your own sense of self-worth and taking care of your inner child and being the adult to your inner child and being the inner child to yourself. So your adult needs the inner child and your inner child needs the adult, but you don't need to mom yourself, like the overprotective, controlling kind of a mother. You don't need to be that to you, or father. And these two actually look like they're working on something together. The Magician and the Queen of Wands, or Queen of Pentacles. Both of them are manifesting the 10 of Cups with each other. And they're in and out of each other's lives, but only because of the instigation or manipulation from the Soul Drinker, which is now complete with the 6 of Wands. You're victorious over it if you connect with your inner child, have healthy self-respect and boundaries. The 10 of Cups washes over you. I mean, look at this. It's a swan with a bunch of little babies. Again, with the fertility and the bunnies and the family. Excuse the coffee machine. He likes attention. My coffee machine is a man today. So, successful, and the person that was in and out of your life is returning in your life with their fire kind of cooled off, but just enough to where they can come towards you and make an offer for you and to you, because they actually want the Ten of Cups with you. And the Strength card being here means that the Knight of Wands has, I don't want to say tempered their passion, but they're not a hoe bag anymore. They're not an asteroid that flies through space, slamming against every other planet and then bouncing off and going to the next one, leaving a little residue everywhere you go. If you get what I mean? So the trampiness of this person that was instigated and caused, really, and supported by the Soul Shrinker. So the Soul Shrinker was going to your partner and telling them that you're not worth being with, which was taking them away from you towards the entire, sea of options and colors and spectrums of different birds they can fly with. And they flew with all those birds, didn't like what they had, and they found the inner strength to see the potential between you and them. This lion, she's not even holding the lion's mouth open or closed. They're just completely at peace with each other, walking forward, covered in a bunch of flowers and things growing there, which are more than likely grown by her. And then the Ace of Swords, the truth being revealed. So the more this Soul Shrinker has sabotaged or instigated or interfered with your life, they've just called themselves out. And then there's more greenery in this Ace of Swords. How strange. And again with this coiled up infinity loop that's uncoiling itself, which is kind of like a pattern that you were stuck in, is breaking free. And not even breaking free, the pattern is just, excuse me, I just had some coffee and I'm all burpy. The pattern that you were stuck in due to the blah blah of the Soul Shrinker has been cut free, and you're successful in the partnership and family you want to build with the person in your life. Because this looks like the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles are the partnership. Because the card directly after that is the Ten of Cups. Good job, whoever this is for. Because it's not easy to look at someone that is blatantly out to hurt you, and you know that you're so divinely guided and guarded that you can just smile at them and look at what they're doing as support for you. I mean, how much of a fantastic team would these two be? And if you kind of look at it, this guy could also be this one. Two faces of the same being. So if this person grew up with a parent like this person would be like this. But if this person, that grew up with a parent, like when this person was a child and they grew up like this because of, their parent doing terrible things, or someone in their family grooming them for this role in life, then it's basically come to you because you're the one that'll be able to help see and change it. Whatever that thing is in there, you're the one that can help fix it. Because it's been a cycle, like a generational type of thing of this person where they've been like this because of their mother, their father, their whatever. And it's passed on, and then they came to you trying to do it to you, and you're like not having it. Because you see that there's so much more joy to life, and this doesn't need to be a possibility. Instead, you go and take that negativity and combine it with something like humor, and then you have mischief. Like these two. You take the Knight of Wands and you add the potential for the Ten of Cups, and going through a lot of stuff to get your inner strength. And the Knight of Wands becomes the Knight of Cups. They want to settle down. They want to make an offer. They want to give you their heart, their love. They want to build a family. They want to take that cup and add your wishes to them to make an entire thing. Any other cards I should pull for this? Because it seems pretty self-explanatory by now. Those birds. You know those birds started, but like, whatever. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Let's do a Grace card. Just because I like this deck of cards. It's this one. Grace Cards by Cheryl Richardson. Cheryl. Why do I have a problem saying the letter R lately? I wonder if it was because I had a piercing before. Son of a... This is what fell out. The card Ask. When we call upon the divine for guidance and support, we will receive a response. Spiritual signposts will be put in our path to guide us to our highest good. Okay, so this is like, it really feels like my job here is done for you with this reading, because it's asking you, the viewer, to ask the divine for further guidance. So what I would say is set an intention for yourself right now that within this day you be given, that you are asking the divine for a clear-cut sign on who, well, it doesn't matter who that soul drinker is really, because the remedy to it is innocence and humor and family and having the self-worth and strength within yourself to be better than you were. And you don't have to cut ties with people, but cut the, you know, when you're gardening and you want to uproot a weed, you don't just keep cutting the weed, and you don't really poison the weed, because then it poisons the things around where you're planting. You have to get to the root. And the root of this weed in your life, the reason that weed grew, the reason any weed grows, is because nothing else was planted there. So the earth itself grows something for you, and most people think they're weeds. But 100% of weeds actually have a medicinal property to them. The medicinal property of this weed seems to be to show you how to be more like this little flower over here. Son of a... Okay, my phone's ringing. I guess that's it for today. Ding dong, we're done. You are loved deeply and truly, and ask for guidance. And go listen to that song, please, because you may find some answers there. Because the answers are here for you, and it's asking you to ask the right questions. See, she's... Oh, this is what I basically did for you right now. I moved your filter away from your ear so that you can hear the divine clearly, and now all you have to do is ask. Oh, that's cute. Okay. There's some other whack-a-mole that wants to come out right now, and I'm attempting to put the words together, but I keep seeing the number 3 on the clock. 3:33 maybe, 3:13, 3:10, something around 3, but not by 4 o'clock. While the clock still has the numerical digits of 3. Okay, so it could be, if you're doing I think it's called the world clock, where it doesn't go 1, 2, 3, it goes 13, 14, 15. So you could start it from 13 because it has a 1 and a 3 in it, and then take it to the way your digital clock is or whatever, where it says 3 something for 3 o'clock instead of 15 for 3 o'clock. And here I'm noticing the sun and the moon, how the sun is bright, but the moon is kind of red. So before the moon is alone in the sky, you're going to have your answer. Which means before 8 o'clock, because usually, depending on where you are, the sun sets after a while, but the light of the sun is still in the sky. And sometimes you can see the moon and the sun at the same time. So ask the question and you're going to get the answer by later today. Guaranteed. And if you have a lily in your life, see these little flowers? Because I have a lily in my life and she's been needing a lot of attention. The flowers I've been planting and growing, they're doing great, but there's been a sense of energetic requirement of attention. Look at that bunny. Focus. I just want you to see this bunny's face because it cracks me up every time I see this card. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. Hold on. You look so surprised to be a rabbit. Yeah, okay, you see the bunny's face, right? Look at her face. She's so disgruntled that there's another bunny there, which is the energy I'm picking up off this. And I don't mean this to any subscribers or any people with the name Bunny, but this rabbit symbology is everywhere. I don't know. It is on the Celtic springtime. So you could be really fertile and frisky feeling. And to clarify even more, this bunny has the same energy as this. She has the same energy imprint as her. Whoa. This drum she has the same energy imprint as this guy. Where's the other one? Because there's a lot of connections between this. The Ace of Swords is the same energy as this. The Cup, right there, right here. We're not going to talk about the BBC right there. And obviously, wand, toothpick wand. Oh, and the Ace of Wands from here, just down there. Oh, and this tooth could be from this guy or this thing that this magician was like, you're not going to bite me with that tooth, give me it. So he took it. And what else did we have here? This table is a mess. I don't really care because I'm really caffeinated. Meow, meow. Alright, we're done. We're done. I'm making cat noises. We are done. I love you. Bye.